Alrighty then, Charan Gyan with some more awesome alchemy update. Fungus and mold removal, something I've been onto for a while, but in particularly lately. So it was like 3 days ago. If you can see this meridian line there, where I've been using, and there's another one on the spleen and the liver, and I've been fungal zapping, just using a beauty mold zapper. So what's mold? Is it the body getting rid of black mold along those particular meridians and circuits of the body? Yeah, it's black, your body's trying to push it out, it doesn't need to be there, it's a growth. What does it do? Well, if we have evidence from, what I like to do is, it's one of my truth filters, or number of them, so I can have a better understanding. So, the whole projected light, basically light works from the sun. We call it hollow bone theory, or the clear channel for light and love if you're into the fluffy spiritual stuff. Then how clean and clear can your central nervous system and the spine be to receive the light from the sun, and therefore have better health and actually be connected and project truth rather than people's bullshit stories? So mold, and you can see it on my body, like from that circuit, and of course there's a bit around the chest where the hair is growing, and some around the small intestine, around this area, which is very difficult to get into after 10 years of cleansing. So the evidence here, if you can see, as the wind comes along, look at this hair. That just seems to be really, really soft. I'm not sure how much you can see, but super duper soft, much like mine, because perfect mineral balance and spinal alignment and lots of cleansing for 10 years will get you places. And you'll notice that it's about the same length as the hair on the top of my head will get to before it turns over. And if it's possible to see, there's these little yellow shoots or antennas, and also you can see the mold is more over here from the earlier growth, and it does have a bit of stuff coming off it. So how can we apply that to the body? Well, that's the key. You'll also notice that, say you do some online dating and you get, say, HOB, hair on back, generally regarded as not so attractive. Why? Because the person has got mold around that part, so their lungs and their heart, and that's going to create, it's a disease. It means they don't have an as open heart or as a pure heart as they would probably prefer to. So blood cleansing is something I've been doing for over a decade now, and have been in particularly lately focusing on it because I'm cleaning up some reproductive system stored fungal infections and mold in the small intestine, which is then connected to the reproductive system, which has a whole bunch of stored fungus and infections and things, because that's the area where lots of gunk just drops to. And what I'm noticing is it's from my teenage years, so 13 to 17, like especially like just after puberty, and like you're not sure about yourself, eating lots of sugar and dairy and carbs, not really understanding how to manage your body because, hey, you're a teenager. But you think you know everything? Oh, of course. Because there are some of my behaviors, and also even just adjusting myself, because it's either, it's either itchy or has got some heat coming out from my nervous and immune system that is now expanding into that area, cleaning it up for much better growth and creativity and vitality and muscle tone. So how do we relate this to ourselves? It's like, well, some of my behaviors, even just my hand movements and doing certain treatments, have revealed that my behaviors from, say, the age of around 12, 13, when I used to do those things, because that was what was going on in my body at that time. So you can see how the past, and it's mainly the nervous system that it controls all our senses, behaviors and thoughts. And of course the body is the subconscious mind, so if we don't have those parts connected, we don't know ourselves. We can be playing out an entire life as an emotionally retarded 5-year-old. Jeez, I remember those days. So you want to get yourself to a place where you're ideally unfuckwithable. So can still have all these things going on in your body and in your psyche and your emotions and things, but you can witness them. And then you can still be part of the world, but not in it. Because the other thing that is the biggest factor I'm noticing, by removing the mold and attached fungus, because it's a kind of a subtle body system that are interconnected, then the hair on my head, and then connected to my brain, and then thought patterns throughout the whole system, because this is a receiver for the rest of the toroidal energy field, then I'm having thoughts of more freedom, independence, sovereignty, and my matrix role and my interrelationship with the matrix has become more in favor of myself and my own personal freedom, sovereignty, and independence, and self-worth is increased. So I won't just go and take any job because I need a busy and just need to do something. I'll wait and get a higher paying one because the self-worth is upgraded. Then you can say, hey, I'm worth this many dollars an hour, or, you know, my business, I can charge this, and own it, which seems to be challenging for a lot of us. So, as you can see there, lots of beautiful soft hair and growths, and it's been here for maybe 3 days since I was doing saunas and blood cleansing herbs and colonics with lots of blood cleansing things, and also the fungal zapping. So, seems to be working. Ha ha!